And welcome back to America Talks Live. I'm Miranda Kahn, filling in for Steve Malzberg. We want to head back out to Newsmax TV's John Bachman, who has been standing by live at a Trump rally that is going on in West Palm Beach, Florida. We brought you some comments there that you heard from former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani just a moment ago. Is he still speaking, John?
Yeah, Miranda, Rudy Giuliani, as you mentioned, was just here on the stage a few minutes ago, and he was tossing out a lot of red meat to this very supportive crowd for Donald Trump. I've been commenting, and as I talked to you about before, you can hear the music, the Rolling Stones being pumped up here. It's very loud. They're trying to keep the energy going in the crowd, but as I was mentioning earlier before, there was some empty space in the back of the room. That started to fill up. The crowd is still trickling in here. Now, as we mentioned, Rudy Giuliani tossing out the red meat to this crowd, trying to keep them energized and pumped up. We're kind of getting an idea, Miranda, of what we expect to hear from now until the next debate next week to try and win over some of these news cycles. One of the things that Rudy Giuliani talked to this passionate crowd about was how they cannot trust the media. Of course, anytime he mentioned the media, there were a lot of loud boos. But the fact of the matter is, this could be an opportunity for Donald Trump to project an image of strength and unity. It was also pointed out very early on here by the Palm Beach County Republican Party Chair, Miranda, that there is only one elected official here in attendance. Now, a lot of times a presidential rally like this, just a few weeks before the election, normally it would be an opportunity for somebody like a Marco Rubio to stand on stage and wave their hands in the air together and project an image of strength. But as we know right now, there is a rift in the Republican Party, to put it lightly, and only one elected official. Of course, this crowd doesn't want to see too many elected officials, so it's giving them what they want. But the question, though, is, Miranda, is there something here that's going to propel Trump to victory? And that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah, that rift, although a lot more of the Republicans who were kind of defecting away from Trump, if you will, now seem to be heading back on board. Question for you. Do you think, I heard Rudy Giuliani there talking about the WikiLeaks. What are you hearing from some of the supporters there about the WikiLeaks email release?
He certainly talked a lot about the WikiLeaks, as you mentioned. And this is what, you're going to hear a lot from the Trump campaign. Right now, they are competing for the narrative to reach more American people, the undecided voters. What is more important to these undecided voters right now? The WikiLeaks story and these emails that are coming out from the Clinton campaign, or the issues that Donald Trump is having that are being portrayed in the media as well? Which one of those narratives is going to win the day today? They're certainly trying here at this rally and everywhere the Trump campaign is today to talk about the WikiLeaks. The crowd, of course, this crowd, the ones who came out to Donald Trump today to see him, that's what they want to talk about. But again, it comes down to independent voters. And as you know, Miranda, there's a large concentration of Democrats in Palm Beach County. It's one of those political fault lines, as in 2000, that can determine the outcome of a presidential election. Is Donald Trump going to be able to reach the people in this voting area that are not here today? That's the question.
Thanks. John Bachman joining us there live at a Trump rally in West Palm Beach, Florida. Pleasure to have you. All right, we now want to go to Charles in New York. We were talking about bias. Rudy Giuliani was talking about that at that West Palm Beach rally for Donald Trump. And Charles joins us now from New York with some comments about that very topic. Thanks for joining us here on America Talks Live.
Well, thank you very much for taking my call.
Of course.
By the way, I just want to know that when 9/11 happened, I was down at World Trade Center, and I was there when Giuliani was there. I was one of the people cleaning. And, I feel very deeply about this whole thing. And that's why I like Giuliani and Trump so much, because when this happened and this world was in a bad way, they were right there helping us all. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. But the other thing I wanted to say about these ladies who are accusing him of doing these things, a real quick thing. If you think about, can you imagine a lady on an airplane sitting there and a guy next to her putting his hand up her dress? I mean,
I cannot
either. Tell me that nobody on that plane would see him do that? I mean, this is how far-fetched these girls are.
And I think a lot of people agree with you, Charles. I think a lot of people do. What do you think about the timing of these allegations?
Did you hear me?
I did not. You cut out there for a moment. But unfortunately, we are out of time. But Charles, we appreciate you calling in, and we appreciate your service on that infamous day. America Talks Live continues next with J.D. Hayworth. John Bachman will be back with more from that live Donald Trump rally in West Palm Beach, Florida. But first, here are some of the highlights from Trump's stop in Lakeland, Florida.
I'm standing at the podium, my podium. I'm standing by my chair, right? I'm standing. And she walks across. I said, "Hi, Hillary, how you doing?" And she walks across, and she stands in front of me. And then the next day I wake up, I say, "Oh, we got all good reviews." By the way, of all of the online polls, we won 10 out of 10 by big margins. But forget that, forget that. Forget that. She's standing in front of me, right next to me. And the next day I said, "What did the paper say?" They said, "He invaded her space." I invaded her space. Believe me, the last space that I want to invade is her space. Believe me. The Clintons are the past, and a very dishonest past. We, as a group, as a movement, we are the future. We're going to be the future. And if we had a little help from our very weak leadership called Republican leadership, we'd be sailing like you've never sailed before. The new emails also show members of the Clinton team viciously attacking Catholics and evangelicals. Did you see that? No, the press doesn't want to report that one. That could be election changing. It's just the latest evidence of the hatred that the Clinton campaign has for everyday faithful Americans. If you're a person of faith, I think you're going to vote for Donald Trump. And I have such endorsements and such support. Hillary Clinton bleached and deleted 33,000 emails after a congressional subpoena. So she gets a subpoena. And after, not before, that would be bad. But after getting the subpoena to give over your emails and lots of other things, she deleted the emails. She has to go to jail. The Clintons ripped off the wonderful people of Haiti, doing favors for their friends and special interests.
So the Department of Justice fed information to the Clinton campaign about the email investigation so that the campaign could be prepared when they came in for the interview. Did you ever hear anything for the Attorney General to meet in the back of an airplane with Bill Clinton just prior to making this totally phony decision, this totally disgusting, phony decision, to meet in the back of an airplane because he just happened to be there when Clinton was Secretary of State? Missing, or gone. Nobody can figure it out. Maybe someday they will, and maybe they'll never find it. Missing $6 billion. Oh, she'll be a wonderful president. She'll be a wonderful president. I just said in front of this big crowd, we just literally left. Can't believe we're going to end up doing the last 2 weeks. I said we're going to do 4 or 5 of these a day. Can you believe that? Now, let me ask you. First of all, Hillary has very small crowds. Nobody cares. But how many of these do you think Hillary could do a day?
You know what? Let's leave. Oh, are they? Oh, really? Oh, a doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? Thought it was a protester. We don't have many protesters. Is there a doctor in the house? We got to take care of people. Just look at that. The woman's coming back. Unbelievable. That woman was out cold, and now she's coming back. See? We don't go by these new and very much softer NFL rules. Concussion. Up. Got a little ding on the head. No, you can't play for the rest of the season. Our people are tough.